Today I speak not as a critic, but as a son of the soil. I am a fourth-generation Bahamian, born of the lineage of Leon Walton Young, and shaped by the triumphs and the trials of our people. I write not to condemn, but to convict, not to blame, but to awaken. For far too long, we have mistaken political freedom for national progress. But freedom without purpose is indeed an empty victory. In 1973, we took our destiny into our own hands. Black leadership stood tall where foreign powers once ruled. We believed that political independence would bring social renewal, economic equality, and cultural pride. But half a century later, we must ask, have we truly fulfilled that promise? Yes, we have seen success, but too often for the few at the expense of the many. Our leadership has built individuals and have not built the nation. We have become a people of privilege over purpose, patronage over principle. The Bahamian family, the very bedrock of our society, is crumbling. Marriage rates decline while single-parent homes rise. Too many fathers are absent. Too many mothers carry the load alone. Too many young men drift without anchor, fatherless, jobless, hopeless. This is not fate. This is failed leadership. For decades, we have ignored the family in our policies and in our politics. Where are the national programs for fatherhood, for parenting, for housing and child welfare reform? Our families are fighting without a blueprint, without support, and too often without hope. Mothers are sleeping on beaches at night without homes to live in. People are sleeping in their cars, young men wandering the streets aimlessly, filled with hopelessness. No hope for the future. This is not the Bahamas we envisaged 53 years ago. Once the church stood as the lighthouse of our people, the moral compass that guided our way. But that light has dimmed and has been dim for a very long time. We see pulpits compromised by politics, silence in the face of injustice, and division where unity once stood. The church must find its prophetic voice again, to speak truth to power, to defend the poor, to heal the land. We must return to the days when pastors were patriots of principle, not partisans of privilege and politics. And with of our children, the promise of our future. Our educational system is failing them. Schools are underfunded, teachers overburdened, a curriculum that teaches them everything about the world, but little about themselves. We are raising generations unprepared for the world of science, technology, and global enterprise. Leadership must invest not in slogans, but in systems that prepare Bahamians to lead in this century and beyond. Our youth should not have to flee from the Bahamas to other shores in order to succeed. The patent and abject failure of black leadership in the Bahamas is not just political, it is moral. We have inherited power, but have not always wielded it with wisdom for the betterment of the people. We have governed, but have not governed with courage. We have led, but not always with love for the least among us. And still yet, my Bahamian people, it is not too late. A new generation must rise. Leaders grounded in integrity, driven by purpose, and devoted to the common good. True nation building begins in the home. True nation building is shaped in the classroom. And legitimate, authentic nation building is validated and sanctified by a church with a voice. If we are to restore the Bahamian family, if we are to revive the Bahamian church and reform our classrooms, then we must renew the soul of Bahamian leadership. Let us rise, not as critics on the sideline, but as builders of a new and a better Bahamas. Let us reset our nation. Let us lead, not just with words, but with sacrifice. Yes, it will take sacrifice to put us back where we need to be. We cannot think about ourselves and what's in it for us. We cannot think about getting wealthy as the only reason to get in the race. Let us act not just for today, but for generations yet unborn. May God Almighty raise up leaders in our homes, in our pulpits, in our classrooms, in our halls of parliament, in our legal and economic institutions. Leaders who will light a candle rather than continuously be led by darkness. For this is our moment. This is our call. This is our Bahamas. Let us rise, Bahamians, and take it back.